From your newest news, this is Weekends on 2 with the Hurricane Kid Nick Lully and Patrick Ammons, anchor. Broadcasting from the Jacksonville studios, Weekends on 2 starts right now. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Weekends on 2. I'm Nick Lully.
And I'm Oliver Weigel.
And we start with some very sad news tonight relating to 2 Alive News. Oliver will now be the new weekend anchor, replacing longtime anchor Patrick Ammons. Patrick was on assignment when he tragically disappeared, and we are funding an investigation into how and why he disappeared, and we are trying to find him, and we will bring updates to you as we get more updates from our investigative quarters of the 2 Alive News. But Oliver has cordially accepted the invitation to become the weekend anchor, at least temporarily, until we can find Patrick, and possibly permanently. We thank Oliver for that. Now on to some more happier news regarding the Space Shuttle program. Space Shuttle is set to launch off today from Kennedy Space Center at around 5 p.m. Oliver?
Well, Nick, what do you think of this launch? Now, it's going to go to the Kennedy, it's launched from Kennedy Space Center. It's going to go to the International Space Station to help in its construction and supplying of that. But what do you think of that?
Well, I definitely...
Space program in general.
Yeah, Oliver, I definitely think that the space program is very beneficial to us. We're learning new things, and we're able to get new technology up there. We want to learn more about how we formed as the Earth, how that Earth formed, how other planets formed. We want to know about the sun and all the other stars in the galaxy. And it's a very good learning experience, and it's actually giving people jobs. It's helping our economy.
Yes, it is. Now, on to something a little bit more local. The teachers at Arlington Country Day School are rallying to have a new executive director. The reason for this is because they have not been paid a little while, and they're not at all happy about this. Now, Nick, would you like to go into some more detail on this?
Yeah, we actually know the executive administrator, Deborah Lickward. She is a principal of the school. But by the way, I don't know, you saw a report a few weeks ago, the school was vandalized and they had to close for a few days. So they're going to be in school for all of next week. Private school actually got out on Friday for all private schools in Duval County. But back to Deborah Lickward, she hasn't paid her teachers in a little while, Oliver. And now they want a new director. That's all they're asking. They said they will continue to work there as long as they get their paychecks. I mean, teachers already don't get paid a lot, Oliver, so they definitely need their money.
What do you think of Deborah Lickward? And I agree with you on the teachers needing to get paid.
Well, I think she has some sort of issues. I don't know what the issues are, but she's very paranoid. She told a part of the Florida Times Union that if they try to interview her again, that they would have a libel suit up their ass, quote unquote. And you know, there's no need to go to that extreme. They've never been to her house, even though she in the quote she gave to the Times Union as she was walking out to her car one day, she told them that she was going to have a libel lawsuit if they went to her house and taped her home number, which that never occurred because the Florida Times Union is a newspaper. They don't go out there and tape video, so we don't know if that even happened or what news agency that was, but it definitely wasn't the Times Union. So she's actually very paranoid about the whole situation.
Yes, she is. And now maybe to a little bit more entertaining news.
Entertainment, right, Oliver? The Sex and the City movie came out last night. It came with great buzz. Actually, Tinseltown theaters on the south side of Jacksonville were completely sold out for the night, and much of the other theaters, including AMC Regency 24, which is a popular spot, much of their seats were filled. Kelly Lully will have a review on the movie coming Monday.
Yes, well, as I said before, that might be entertaining to definitely some. You planning to see that?
Yeah, actually, we actually screened it last night for 2 Alive News, and it was a pretty good movie. It was much like the series. They didn't try to movie-tize it much. They didn't try to make it for the silver screen. It was still very television-ish. So I think it was going to have a very popular spot among fans. Like I said, it was sold out, and Indiana Jones didn't even do that. So at Tinseltown. So we are definitely going to see how that's all going to unfold.
Now, Nick, do you know what begins tomorrow?
Oliver, I believe it's the start of the Atlantic hurricane season.
That's right. Hurricane season begins tomorrow. You should already be preparing for this season. At some stores, many great deals can be found. And at a local store, who can we find?
That's right, everyone. Out there, we're going to be finding Vinny Lully from 2 Alive News. Vinny, what are you doing out there today, and what's going on or what are their deals like.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Vinny Lully, and I'm here today at the Military Navy Exchange on Mayport Road. And as you can see, we're standing here in the aisle that sells various sundries for what our segment is, which is our hurricane preparation season. We have gas cans and portable generators in case your power and electricity goes. Nick, the reason why we're starting this off is we're trying to get people prepared for the season, particularly with a tropical storm brewing out there. And I just received some results, some alarming results from FEMA, which just give you some of the statistics. It's amazing. 64% of the people are not prepared for a hurricane. 57% of the people don't have an emergency preparedness plan. 75% of the people say that they would not evacuate unless it was mandatory during a hurricane. And an alarming number is it's up around in the 80th percentile of people don't even have a simple hurricane kit, which we go through every year that contains various supplies, dry foods and batteries and medical supplies and such like that in case of power loss or in case of evacuation. We really strongly urge people get this sort of thing. We're going to go back to the studios with Nick for some more on the hurricane season. Back to you.
Thanks, Vinny, for that report. We do indeed have something brewing out in the tropics. You can see here, Cancun right now is experiencing some showers and some brief gusty winds. That's on the Yucatan Peninsula where formerly Tropical Storm Arthur, now Tropical Depression Arthur, is right now. There has been speculation, though, throughout the day that there was a new low-level center forming off the coast of Cancun. We are going to bring you latest updates on that situation tomorrow on 2 Live News. But for now, just a really rainy condition as what the original circulation center is now spinning over the Yucatan Peninsula still, and is going to continue to bring some very heavy rains to the region. We actually have some severe thunderstorms outside right now. We were briefly under a severe thunderstorm warning just a few minutes ago. As you can see now at the 2 Live News studios, 91 and sunny. The sun, I can see right now confirming that data. Sun is out. A few minutes ago we actually had some very gusty winds and we got almost 1/3 of an inch of rain. So it was actually very, very well needed. For tomorrow, 84. As you can see, maybe it's a lot of cooling down there, partly cloudy skies. Winds are going to be very variable, coming from a few different directions, but generally from the east-northeast, explaining why we are going to have a bit of cooler temperatures. But as you can see, as we go through the week, 80s, and then on Wednesday, 90, and 86 by the end of the week. Friday is the magical day. That is going to be, we're not going to be broadcasting that day. Thursday will actually be our last broadcast day, as we will be heading to Yellowstone 6. And that's it for the weather forecast. We'll be right back after this quick break. In 1 week, Yellowstone 6. 2 News goes back to Yellowstone National Park for the 6th anniversary trip. Brand new coverage, updates on the wolves, bison, and the fire season. 2 News, your newest news. And everyone, thank you so much for joining us today on Weekends on 2. I'm Nick Lully.
And I'm Oliver Weekle. We
are going to be back with much more news tomorrow on another edition of Weekends on 2, and again on Monday. Everyone have a fantastic rest of your weekend, and kids, next week is the last week of school. Have fun and stay safe. Goodbye.